So I've been away for a couple of weeks, and on my return I met up with Vlas in Orison, and while spending some time in the floating city, we arrived at a plan to bring an old ship back to life. My Drake Corsair, the Rabid Racoon, has been sat away in storage for far too long, and our previous stint of literally living off the ship was so much fun that we wanted to do it all once more. The return of the Rabid Racoon. Our immediate destination would be Ambitious Dream Station at Crusader L1 Lagrange Point, where newly appointed Org Officer Darthblaza of our Logistics Corps, Jackals, had been very busy in my absence with setting up an all-new training class for piracy. And we'd even have an escort for the journey too, with Task Force Golf Commander Silly Time on our wing. As for the Raccoon itself, well, it is a lot less lived in than it was before, something we hope to remedy with time, adding supplies and items to make the place feel like home again. But Vlas was very comfortable with immediately making himself at home on the ship. He got no shit on his knee. That's hilarious.
I'm modeling right now.
We'd been instructed to rendezvous at Crew L1 for the piracy training that Darthblaza was hosting, and to equip the ship with ballistic weapons. I've had a fair amount of piracy on the ground in this game, at scrapyards and the like, but really none in space using the quantum snare and dampener mechanics. So I was very much looking forward to learning something new myself, not to mention brushing off some of the rust after several weeks without even playing.
Is that Corsair the same one from the Life Aboard a Corsair video? Or is it a different one?
It is, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
After a quick stopover in the station itself to set regen and gather last minute provisions, we were quickly out the door again and on our way to the training class.
So you just need me to have the damper.
Yes, but not yet. You don't have to activate it yet, but yes, that's what you will activate once we go live.
Darthblaza and another of the Jackals that was attending were piloting Mantis, with the aim of one for snaring targets out of quantum jumps and the other preventing their escape with the quantum dampener.
Is everybody on site?
Yeah.
Okay. No worries. Snare is going to go active.
But the first lesson would be how to activate the different modes on the Mantis itself.
Right under the MFDs on the right side
Yep.
is the one you want to use. If you just use what's default setup, you'll just snare. So right now you're just snaring instead of dampening.
We could tell when the correct mode was engaged because the visual effects for each are different.
Yeah. Alright, QD is on.
And Darthblaza would immediately give us another very useful bit of information.
Every other time, colors don't matter, but this one time, definitely keep an eye on the colors of the chevrons. You'll see the Mantis that snares it will turn red.
So that's your sign. Okay, yeah, got you.
That is how you know. Yes, and it turns red literally 2 to 3 seconds before somebody comes.
Oh, that is useful.
Yes.
Task Force Foxtrot of the Org would be supplying transport ships for the class to practice on. Just like Darth had instructed, we'd noticed the colour of the pip change to red ahead of an incoming target.
We can switch
Red,
up.
red.
Red.
Next, we had to find the target and make sure that the other Mantis with the dampener stayed within range of it. Cameron T3 would spot the target first.
Oh yeah, in front of us.
Seen?
20.
Alright, get on him.
Our ballistic Gatling guns were requested to soft kill the ship if disruption failed, and Darth would immediately caution me about going too aggressive with them.
And careful them ballistics, a little hard test.
Sure.
I know. Oh, he's down ballistics too. Okay, shred him. Shred him.
And so I'd begin engaging in earnest, keeping an eye on the ship HUD readout for red hull sections, of course. The other ships nearby were fighters equipped with distortion weapons. The real aim here is to take down a shield and shut down the ship using distortion weapons, but with the setup we had here, this seemed to be a long process. Running. Just as in real piracy situations, the C2 pilot Neon Say would turn around and run if he deemed it necessary. So long as the dampener Mantis stayed close enough though, he cannot jump away.
I mean, he ran one way, now he ran backwards. These are tactics that people would do. I didn't tell him exactly, so this is just him thinking on the fly what he would do.
Vlas was manning a laser repeater turret on the ship, and so trying to give him an opening on the rear shield face of the target was preferable to just gunning the C2 down with ballistic fire. Vlas, I'm just going to try and get you in position to shield the shield. Okay, good, there we go.
His shield's back up.
We dropped the rear shield, but by running away, the C2 had been able to regain a little of its strength. How do you sub-target?
Number 8.
Number 8.
Cycle through it.
I'd be hitting it with ballistic fire once again. And it was just as well, because not long after a mid-air collision would take out the mantis that was quantum dampening.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Not so nice, is spinning.
So basically the dampener is down.
We needed to immobilize the C2 before the pilot realized that they could jump away again.
Foxtrot wanted to come up here and have a surprise for us.
Ooh, soft death, soft
yeah.
death, soft death. Next, we need to board and clear the ship, an area we had more experience with for sure, but the quirks of a 0G soft dead ship are something I am still getting used to. Darthblaza would continue to share very helpful tips as we moved.
Get on his ship before he gets down to the first level if you can help it.
It's not
And keep him at the choke point. This whole night is all about this part right here. Like we had the most. Well,
Is that friendly? I got no marker on whoever's entering right now. Is that friendly entering?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is when it's an issue when it's the first person.
I'm going on the right. I'll just call out my movements carefully. I'm pushing up the
I'm
right.
behind you, Katie.
Still a bit of a way, so I'm going to push left.
Bottom, I'm coming down your side, Katie.
Roger, left looks clear so far.
Yeah, I'm currently at the bottom of the,
Oh, you did soft death him, huh?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Strangely, one thing I learned is that there is still gravity in the elevator when a ship is soft dead.
Cameron, not up that, not up that, not up there.
Are we not?
That's the worst place to go.
I mean, not particularly when we're in EVA.
Oh, is it open? Oh.
Well, there's gravity in the elevator, so...
Cameron, go. Cameron, go. Cameron, go.
Outside the shaft was very dark, but I had some protection from the elevator walls themselves. Okay, I'm up. No
I see
eyes.
him. He is across the elevator.
See?
He's down.
Good work. Not spotting that target myself definitely made me feel very rusty, but this is why we attend sessions like this. The Org Academy is always running classes, and they can definitely help ease you back into the action after an extended break. And as for poor Neonce, well, Darthblaza's instruction would seal his fate.
Alright.
Yeah.
Katie, you may do the honors and kill him.
Oh. Cameron can do it, because I'm already down the floor below. Cameron's still up there, I think.
Okay, whoever's on him, go ahead and just do that.
The first run in this exercise had resulted in an imperfect success. The main goal of the team was to distort the target into shutdown, but we'd been unable to do it on this run. Fortunately, we'd get more opportunities to get it right. We'd be returning to CRU L5 to rearm and repair, and while a quick repair would be possible on the ship itself for my VKB flight stick in the real world, I was about to suffer a broken spring along the X-axis. Oh no. God damn it.
Gotcha.
Vlas, would you mind flying the ship? You remember the spring went in my stick?
I think so.
I replaced the spring, and now the yaw spring is gone.
Sure.
This isn't really a big deal, but I wouldn't be able to repair it in time for the next run. So Vlas would take the helm for the next run, and this time our distortion ships were getting a lot more hits while also keeping the shields of the C2 down. As we closed into range of the target, we'd again be ready to soft kill the ship if needed. Darthblaza would of course remind us of the real objective in this exercise.
But remember, you're going to want to try to fly this ship, so you really don't want to destroy it. You want to just take the shields down and disable it.
Copy.
The Raccoon would take a little ballistic damage itself. Ooh, we're taking some fire. But our distortion ships were now having much greater success.
Yeah, he's gonna tumble.
His shields are down right now. He's just had a shield failure.
Luckily, he's not shooting at him anymore because I don't want to pop him.
Hold on.
He is shut down. Hold off with repeaters.
Very support, I guess.
Great call.
Once again, the next step was to board, but this time with our distortion fighters keeping the ship disabled.
And I'm sure he's not going to be in the same spot he was last time. So we can't get on the ground level.
The ship being intact meant doors and elevators would be locked.
I have my fucking...
It's opening. With each of these runs, we had no idea how many opponents would be waiting inside. Monkey's in. I'm just behind. Good.
Use the elevator when it's in here.
Let's push in. Be back.
The ship's locked.
Unit. Top is empty. Check behind.
Roger. I'm up.
Shots. Vlas had been taken down, and I'd get another kind of bad luck while trying to engage.
I shot him a few times.
Oh, crashed the desktop. God damn it! I'd crashed the desktop, but luckily Fierce Monkey was next to me and took out the target. Back in game. The second run had been a much better success for the team. With the ship shut down instead of destroyed, it means that in a real setting, the ship could be moved to a better location to unload the cargo. We'd be making a third and final run, and I'd had time at this point to fix the spring in my flight stick. The third run would feature actual valuable cargo and an unknown number of opponents from Task Force Foxtrot. Could we put all of the lessons together and claim the cargo?
Charging the snare now.
You would have to be rotating ridiculously fast. Oh, Darth just turned.
Red.
Check past Fizz Monkey. Anti-air caterpillar.
This time the ship incoming was a caterpillar, and the initial observations implied gunners as well.
Yeah, just a caterpillar. It's probably got gunners.
And one.
Vlas, go like full power to engines. We get an early unexpected surprise as the caterpillar deployed noise. You just jump. I know, yeah, I think it's noise.
Noise.
Yeah, hi Tom.
Focuses engines because they're right at the room.
The Raccoon was about to engage. Guys, balance power.
They're targeting
But the durability difference between the Hercules in previous rounds and the Caterpillar here would be very unexpected.
What the fuck?
Oh, soft death. Soft death.
That was quick.
off them.
Bloody hell.
Get ready for board now. Alright, make sure you watch all the exits and nobody tries to sneak out and kill us in EVA.
Roger,
Okay,
lads, we're gonna use the airlock.
It looks like there's already a door
One
open.
of the side doors has just opened.
Once again, we were preparing to board. With no need for distortion chips though, we had a lot of extra support entering EVA. Eyes on the door. It was movement inside.
I'll see one!
Fired.
Oh, wait, I don't. Oh, there we go. Okay.
I got him.
Good.
Okay, T3's gonna EVA through that hatch that's just open.
The Caterpillar is a complex ship with even a fake door on the roof.
I'm gonna take the airlock on the top so I can get that open.
No, the airlock on top doesn't open, it's just a dummy. Front door does not open. Front door won't open. Good work, guys. Good work. Alright, get wide.
Reloaded.
Okay, we've got boxes inside, no contact yet. Guys, push in with me.
Alright.
Neon, now on our team, was about to report that the ship had been cleared.
I got the last guy. That's
Oh,
3
did you?
down.
You got them all?
Yeah.
Okay, good work. And we'd also learn that traversal opportunities of a full caterpillar are very different to those of an empty caterpillar. There's no way to get through there. There's not with no gravity.
Yeah, this one's tight.
Still, with the ship now clear, we could move on to the most laborious part of piracy, moving boxes, as Darthblaza had a little joke about the in-cap members of Task Force Foxtrot.
Do we want to be a pal and give him a revive and a ride home, or do we want to leave him here like pirates? I was just kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding. We're obviously giving him a ride.
Is that gold?
No
Go ahead
idea.
and get you.
Gold 44, barrel 55, copper
Yeah,
477.
we're looking for the-
I'm gonna move the Corsair so that we've got the
I'm right on.
cargo bay facing.
The starboard.
I'd reposition the Rabid Racoon to make loading the cargo easier. A mix of gold, barrel and copper were aboard the Caterpillar. And we get some comments from the Foxtrot Op 4 as well about that last run.
I was not expecting 84 Vs in Italian language. I was surprised.
When we've pirated barrel before, it's been in the blue with purple, yeah. We'd been joined by a Jackal C2 as well, but before long the Rabid Racoon was full and we'd be setting off to sell. The proceeds of this run would be going back into the Org Bank, but still it is useful to know where to sell different stolen cargo and roughly how much it is worth. We'd certainly enjoyed attending the class Darthblaza had hosted, and I think it will make a fine addition to members looking to gain some experience with piracy. This is an area of the game that we've dipped our toes into a few times over the past year, but still have a lot to learn. One thing we do know though is that it can be a very fun side of the game with a lot of challenge and risk involved. We'd be making our next stop at CRU L5, a station along with CRU L4 that has a no questions asked terminal for selling stolen goods. For barrel, this is one of only 2 sell locations if the cargo is stolen. We have arrived. Again, it's been a while since I last played, and so my initial instinct was to head for the station admin office.
Is this at one of those super terminal ones?
Oh, it is, yeah, that's right. We're thinking. It's over here, I think. Yeah. But even then, I'd forgotten the exact location of the secret trade terminal. Is it over here? It's usually in the locker room.
Yeah, it's usually locked.
Maybe it's back here. We would quickly find it though. Hidden away back here in the little back room.
Damn.
We made about 80k from this trade and were soon setting off again, headed this time for Mikal 1. The current trade hotspot, it seems, are gold runs from mining outposts on Microtech. The buy locations on these trade routes are within armistice zones though, so I couldn't imagine really getting any action on the ground while attempting piracy like we see at scrapyards, which is the part we usually prefer given that we are first and foremost raccoons. So hitting this trade route would certainly not become a habit for us, but checking it out once to see what it's all about and maybe hitting a ship as it leaves the area could be possible. We're on the deck, we can go and, you know, enjoy the many amenities of Mikal.
See if they have the stores here.
I'd be heading to set my regen here on the station because piracy is always dangerous.
Has never been easier, thanks to the advanced digital medical assistance available at every.
You setting spawn here?
Yes. And maybe more importantly, we'd be picking up our next crew member, Arathorn, a former crew member of the Rabid Racoon, now returning to us once again. That made 3 out of an ideal 4 crew on board, and on returning to the ship, I'd find Pico's making an appearance just like the old days. Did you put both of those there, Vlas, or only one of them?
No, I didn't put those in there at all. I was trying to grab a.
Remember we used to have the ship covered in Picos, didn't we? Plushies make a nice decoration to any ship, but not all spots for them are completely appropriate or practical.
Tell me if this is a good spot.
This is very helpful.
That work for you?
Very helpful, Vlas. Literally, like, right in front of my view. Silly Time, who we'd seen escorting us earlier, was actually already at the mining outpost where traders were buying gold, and was eager for us to join him planetside to help take down one of the ships.
Andromeda here has 96 SCUs of gold. That's free profit.
I'd have to put my armor back on, I suppose, to do anything like that. Now, I also thought that actually trading at these spots to see how prevalent piracy really is could also be an interesting idea. Because obviously a lot of people complain about pirates at the moment. I'd be quite curious to see if we encounter any ourselves. Aside from, you know, sometimes being pirates.
I'm usually a pirate in this situation.
I'd be equipping my armor again as Arathorn flew us to the mining outpost. But on the way, Vlas would suffer a Star Citizen moment.
Uh-oh.
What?
Whoa, you take damage?
No, I fell out. by trying to get into a turret.
Oh dear.
It looks like I'm dead. It's weird.
Yeah, are we gonna tail Silly? I'm not exactly sure the plan here.
Silly, are you chasing that ship right now?
They're in armistice. Looking at me.
I see him, okay. Looks like he's moving. The Connie was leaving the armistice zone, and we were ready to back up Silly's time. Are you engaging, Silly?
I'm just kind of shooting.
Okay, which one are we shooting
They
at?
were shooting at the Connie in front. Connie's 12 o'clock.
Okay. Got it.
You've got gimbal guns. What you don't hit, what you don't hit. Arathorn was able to bring the 84Bs to bear, and the Connie took significant damage, but the situation was about to get a little more interesting. Good work, good work.
He's so red.
Okay, good, good. He's going for the armistice zone, he's going for the armistice zone. He can repair, can't he? That's the problem.
Yeah.
The Connie had made it back to the armistice zone, but was seemingly unable to repair. Possibly because another ship, also a Connie, was on the pad, and we noticed that his cargo bay had come open a little in the fight. Cargo's open, okay, I'm going to go and start tracking this cargo. Okay. I'm going.
Alright.
It's not open all the way, it's just open a little bit. You can use a tractor beam in an armistice zone so long as you are on a landing pad, and there was enough of a gap in the cargo elevator to start moving boxes.
Alright, I've got the ramp down in the back. Do you want me to back up a little more? Or are you good?
I'm good.
Yep, I see it in. You're good. Each one is worth 7,500 credits.
The Connie seemed lifeless for a long stretch of time here, and the owner was perhaps even unaware that we were even unloading the cargo at all.
Doesn't know what to do. We're calling for help from friends.
I mean, he can try.
I mean, he clearly tried to shake off Silly there, and there's another ship coming in.
Okay, you're in armistice, aren't you?
Yeah.
Arathorn.
Yes, yeah.
Good. But then we'd see some signs of life from the Connie. Oh, he's... Oop, oop. He took off again.
Yeah, he still hasn't repaired yet.
I'm in the repair spot now.
But then a very unexpected explosion.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he scuttled his ship.
Vlas thinks the pilot had self-destructed the ship, but the cargo still remained, so we gathered up what we could.
Best thing ever. I'm just gonna take his whole freaking setup.
Now, the Rabid Racoon was not first and foremost a pirate ship in the past, just a criminal ship in general, as we ran around taking on missions from the criminal mission givers of Stanton. And as we fill out the crew and bring the ship to life again, I'm sure we will resume that goal. Still, piracy does add a really fun player-focused element to the game that is both exciting and unpredictable, so I have no doubt we'll see more of that as well going forward. Hopefully, without losing the ship in the process, the stakes are greatly elevated when you really want to keep the ship alive. There have also been some annoying changes to how 30k protection works since the old series as well. Before you could recover your ship from the last station you docked at, now it is your home location. A very inconvenient change that hopefully won't cause us too many problems. Who will join us next to fill out the crew on board? Join us next time to find out. As always, I want to thank all of you at home for watching, and all of our amazing patrons who you can see on screen right now. Without these very generous people, none of the videos on the channel would be possible, because patron support is what allows me to commit the time to editing these videos together. And I am very grateful for that support, especially after a long hiatus like the one I've just come back from. And in this video, I would especially like to thank Aaron Courtwright, who recently became a backer of the channel over on Patreon. Thank you very much, Aaron, for your support. That is hugely appreciated. We'll be back with more from the Rabid Racoon very soon.